Hello, friends. It's actually been a while since I've done this, but today I think we have the topic everybody's been waiting for. Today I have a question from Carly, which asks, what distinguishes good plaid from bad plaid? So, I guess to start, I would actually like to start with a brief history of plaid shirts. It's actually quite interesting. For a while, plaid actually was mostly worn a lot by farmers during the day. It actually represented low social class, and now it's funny how today it's become, at least currently now, it is a very popular fashion item. My biggest fear, which I worry about since I love it so much, is that one day we're gonna just plaid out. I don't want to think, I don't want it to become like pullover hoodies, but as with all things, one day that this plaid fad will run out. But I know I'll still wear it after it's all over. But it's I know for a long time in the history it was actually worn a lot by, believe it or not, Italians wore it a lot because they wore it because they wanted to be distinguished differently from Americans. So a lot of Italians who wore plaid, which is funny because I look at old pictures that I see of my grandparents around, and my grandfather, and he wore a lot of plaid throughout his life. So I find it very interesting. I wear a lot of plaid, so I'm actually, sure enough, I am wearing. This is actually a brand new plaid shirt. My first time with Hollister plaid. Thank you, Carly. I do actually really love this. I'm sorry, American Eagle. I think I'm cheating on you a little bit, but you'll get over it. And I've given you enough of my money for plaid shirts, so Hollister gets a chance. So let's get on the topic. Let's dive in. Good plaid versus bad plaid. I think most people know it because we've all seen people you see every day wearing a plaid shirt and you just go, that is freaking hideous. I'm sorry, there are people in Shippensburg, everywhere I go, beyond Shippensburg. When you wear a bad plaid shirt, it gives it's horrible. I want to punch you. I want to hit you. I don't know what I want to do to you, but it's giving plaid a bad name. It's like, to me, it's almost as bad as when people of a certain religion do stuff that's so extreme that it makes you. It's like, dude, you're ruining my religion. I'm sorry. For all your religious freaks out there. I'm so sorry that I used that example, but that's what I want you to feel. That's how I feel sometimes when I see people in bad plaid. That is what I think. It grinds my guts. Now, I know everybody doesn't wear the same plaid, which is fine. Not everybody can. Everybody has their own style. People have the punky style you can get. People have the more lumberjack look, and some people pull it off fine. If you pull it off fine, but you gotta, when you invest in plaid, you have to commit. It's a big thing because it's a lot of different colors. It's a lot of different patterns coming at you. So it's a very strong sensation. Which a lot of people who are into their solids colors, they don't want this. This vibe of a lot of different things going on. So it's a lot of stuff coming at you at once. So it takes a lot of time and investment to figure out what exactly works for you. How do I work it into my wardrobe? What shoes do I wear? But it's a lot of work, and if you don't take the time, you look terrible in it. You honestly do. You should not wear it. I don't know how you shouldn't feel good about yourself. You're walking around, you look horrible. So I keep my mouth shut when I see these people, but so you do look horrible. But what makes plaid simply bad is cheap plaid. And I'm sorry, but there's a lot of companies out there that the shirts are cheap. They look cheap. There's no quality to it. It's not even the design sometimes. Sometimes it's just the material itself. It looks so freaking cheap that it's unbelievable. So honestly, like, invest a little bit. And plaid shirts are somewhat expensive, but they always are on sale with the current where the economy is and everything. American Eagle, Hollister, Abercrombie and Finch, they're always having huge plaid sales, and like Abercrombie and Finch right now, you can get plaid shirts that are originally $80. I don't know who the fuck would pay $80 for a plaid shirt. Now, I'm not even paying that much for a plaid shirt. You can get them for $30. So There are always ways to get good plaid shirts at a cheap price. American Eagle does sales all the time. It's actually addicting to me. That's the only time, I think like 3 times maybe in my life I've paid full price for a plaid shirt. So there you go. I own about, what am I up to? I'm up to about like probably 15 to 20 plaid shirts, summer. Now I know a lot of people, and I get this one, a lot of people don't like they consider bad plaid the short sleeve shirts, and even though I actually really like, I get why people don't like short sleeve plaid shirts. It's actually how you wear them. I get sometimes they don't always look great with every outfit. You might try and work it off, but I am a fan of short sleeve plaid shirts. I am actually, I think one of my favorite seasons now has become, I do love winter plaid, but I love springtime when you get when it's before it gets really warm, when you wear the short long sleeve plaid shirts that are very spring color, and you roll up the sleeves and shorts, and it's a fantastic time of year. You get those summer days when it's 75. It's a fantastic time to celebrate the joys of pretty plaid and bright colors, and it's sunny outside and it's gorgeous. You're not hot, and it is fantastic. People, it's a fantastic look all around. But overall, it's more just, it's not that there's a lot, there is bad plaid out there, but some people even pull that off. It's more of just how you represent it. Unfortunately, people sometimes who can't wear plaid shirts are women. I'm sorry, sometimes women with the big boobs, it doesn't always seem to work out. I'm sorry for you. Some of you pull it off, some of you don't. It's the only time where sometimes bigger might not necessarily be better. I don't want to get on a boob conversation right now, but that is one thought. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I've noticed it doesn't work for certain individuals. It doesn't work. They don't know how to represent it. I don't know if they don't know how to work it in their wardrobe. So it's more of each person's personal thing or other. I don't want to get into discriminating by types on anybody, so I'll skip that rant. But it's, you know what makes you look good, you know what makes you look bad, and there will be people who I don't understand why they hate plaid, because, well, I guess I can see it sometimes, but I love it, and it's something I'm playing with something. I don't even know why I'm playing with something, but I do get why people don't necessarily like it. But I know myself, I have made many people in Shippensburg plaid believers. It is one of my, I think, favorite accomplishments, that people who have said they hated plaid, people who have owned a few plaid shirts, but I re-inspire them to buy more, and I know who you are. I know if you have bought more than because you've met me or you have rediscovered it, I love it. It makes me happy. So know that's one of my pride and joys. So you know who you are if I've done this to you, but it's fantastic to get people interested in something. And Plaid Day Wednesdays have been I look forward to Wednesdays just for the fact that it's Plaid Day. So it's always a good thing, and I've had days where I wear plaid shirts where they don't look good. Sometimes I feel like the weather, if this makes sense, the way sometimes the light hits you affects my mood of plaid. Like I have plaid shirts that I wear some days, and I don't know if it's the weather, if it's the light, if it's the time of year. Like I've worn this. I'll wear an outfit I loved, I no longer love that day. It's really weird. That's actually happened. So sometimes, like, it's what you feel. It's very funny how plaid is it can fit your mood. It has to work with the day that's going on. You can't, it's funny that the same outfit can't apply to all different wear. Maybe that's why people don't like it, because it takes a little thought. You have to mood it out a little bit. So that's something interesting too that I've noticed, that just makes somebody have a bad plaid day. Yes, that exists. Bad plaid days. I've had them myself, but you get past them, and then you have the good days, and it's like, yes, we're having a good plaid day. So I don't know if I actually have stuck to the original topic of good and bad plaid, but I just sort of tied this all together. But overall, there's not as much bad plaid out there as people think. It's more of finding the right plaid that works for you, because I know I would go to say that I'm not a fan of Walmart's plaid, and some of their summer stuff they have made is hideous. Don't get that, but I know people Tyler, I'll give you a shout out. You make a lot of Walmart plaid work, so good for you. You get a clap. So I know some people just make it work a part of their wardrobe. So it's, if you can make that plaid work, good for you, because there are probably some people who can't wear American Eagle plaid because it doesn't sort of look good in their wardrobe, and I understand that. So all of a sudden, that my plaid that I consider like the holy grail of plaid is bad plaid for somebody. So it does vary person to person. I do understand that. So if you ever need any help with any plaid problems, plaid, you want to bring more plaid into your life, talk to me. We can make it happen. I really, even to myself personally, I don't know where the plaid fad really started for me. In high school, I barely wore it. Even beginning college, I barely wore it. I remember, I think it was actually my sophomore year is when I rediscovered. I had owned like maybe one or two shirts in high school, and then my sophomore year in college, I really started to really like it. And I think that's when, I remember wearing, I had like one or two my freshman year, but my sophomore year, I remember I bought one for a trip. I think it was the In the Heights, New York trip. I bought a new shirt the day before. It was a plaid shirt. I was so excited to wear it. I wore it and then I got another one for Christmas. I actually got two more. I'd gotten another one sort of off that trip because it was a 2-for-1 special, so I got two. Then I got two more for Christmas that year, and then gradually over time, I think last year it's when the plaid explosion just happened, and now, I think I have gotten re-inspired by so many people telling me, by everybody else buying it, that I have continued to buy more. So it's amazing how I've been inspired by other people too. So, because I had never worn like short sleeve plaid shirts, spring plaid shirts, and now those are some of my favorite too. So it's very interesting how this whole plaid fad is taken off, and like I said, I fear the day it'll end, because that's going to totally suck. Half my wardrobe's going to need to be, I don't know what I'm going to do with half of it. So, and I don't know, as I get older, as I'm getting ready to graduate college, if I should continue buying them. I hope I can only find a job where I can wear them every day, and that I can have a job I can afford to get plaid shirts and have them part of my wardrobe for as long as this fad lasts. Because I think we still have some good amount of time, because it's so easy to make new patterns of plaid shirts and make them look good. You just sort of redesign the image and everything. Companies do that, and people seem to like them. They're comfortable. You can wear them sort of casual, a little more than casual, or they're comfortable. They're good to travel in. So I think we're still good with the plaid phase, and I hope I answered the question of there's really not a strong distinction between good and bad plaid. It's more of how each person presents themselves in it than necessarily quality. Everybody knows, as I said earlier, you pay more, you're going to get a little more bang for your buck, but some people make the cheap stuff work too, and that's great for them. So I guess I was glad to finally get this rant out. That's pretty much going to be it. I think I've said everything I need to say. We're looking to go back to school. New haircut. I'm ready to go, and I'm going to end it now, so nobody says I went over. So, peace. That's the plaid. Is the plaid. Shit. What was I going to say? That is the plaid rant. I did it. Peace.